it's a great environment. Everyone's super supportive, super super celebrating. That's not a word. But it's a nice environment. I really, really miss that. And I feel it's quite unique to Big Blue as well. Other dive shops do it, just don't do it as well. So that's what I miss.
And what do you miss the least?
The least? The least. I suppose trying to find receipt numbers when I do my salary. That was a nightmare. But I hear you have a better system these days. So well, that's probably it. I don't really miss anything. It's fantastic. It's the best place on earth. Nothing to miss.
You can talk. It's just us and 32 other people. It's fine.
I honestly don't miss anything. No. Rewind. I honestly, I can't think of anything negative. It's honestly, it was the best years. I loved it, and I'm looking forward to coming back for a visit. Maybe it's rose-tinted glasses, but yeah, no negative. Sorry.
Nothing wrong with that. What about you, Tim?
For me, I think the people, just the general environment. I'd worked at several dive shops before I came to Big Blue, and I just don't really think that the atmosphere that's created there has been replicated. And I've worked in quite a lot of dive shops since leaving Big Blue, and it's just not got the same atmosphere. It is a family. And you know, I'm looking around the screen. There's a lot of faces I've not seen for a long time, and you know that every single one of those people, you could just grab a beer at the bar and have a good chat and just feel better about the day. And I miss that a lot. And I will, like Ian, I'll definitely be back first available flight. Hopefully get some diving done with all of your new marine life, and hopefully some, less boats and whatever on the sites, but always the people for sure for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I agree. And looking here at this list, this bunch of people here today, I'm interested to see Matt Waters and hear what Matt's doing these days. Can we unmute him?
I think he can unmute himself, actually. He's dead good at that.
Yeah, I'm kind of unmuted. Hiya, Jim. Thanks for that, you bastard. I enjoy my whiskey silently there.
Nice to see you, mate. How are you? What are you up to these days?
All good, mate. Well, living down in Sydney and running Nomadic Scuba. So those people.
What does Nomadic Scuba do?
It's an online booking agency. So primarily for scuba diving and people who want to book their own holidays, but we do group expeditions as well. So we're trying to aim next year to get a group kind of expedition together for doing some education at Big Blue. God knows why, but I think it's probably a good idea to bring them to meet Simo and Gus. And Tim's obviously involved because Tim came to Papua New Guinea with us last year. So it's going quite well. So if you want to go on a diving holiday, give me a shout. If you want to go back to Big Blue, speak to those lot.
And how about Dino Jenkins, long life member of Big Blue? How you doing, mate?
I don't know. Am I unmuted?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's lovely. Thanks, Jim. Hello, Matt, and hello to everybody else around the world. I hope you guys are all safe and sound. Yeah, lately I'm lucky enough to be quarantined on Mauritius right now. And lucky enough, we've got a couple of DMTs that I've been training here. We've been stuck in the last 6 weeks. And as of 15 minutes before you guys went live, we've just been told by the Coast Guard that we can go out tomorrow as well. So we're super excited about that as well. So super excited. So we got about 3 people left of active cases here, but we have been in extended lockdown as well. So I have been busy every day teaching the DMTs, which is great. Lots of presentations. So at least we have a swimming pool. It's not, at least it's some kind of diving, but yeah, so definitely be keeping busy. I'm looking at the list around. It's lovely to see you all around the world. So a big shout out to all of you guys. Hello.
Hi, Dino.
Hey, man.
Hey, Dino.
Do that again, but with some subtitles, please, mate.
You got there first.
You need a little bit of a bouncing ball along there, yeah? I'm sure there's going to be some sheep jokes coming out at some point, eh?
Also, see, Anne-Marie Morrish there. Oh, sorry, you have another question, Dino? Or?
No, you're leading, man. I just saw Ilan's question about what to do if you, after your DM, if you don't want to go further to be a dive instructor, what would be the next step? And yeah, it's a great question because, to be honest with you, Ellen, I got into diving because I loved diving, and what I really, as a career, the one thing I didn't do much of was instructing, and it was, for me, it was actually one of the things that it didn't really gel with me. I kind of moved on from instructing fairly quickly, and I think your question is very valid. But I think as well, when you go on a career ladder with diving, I think you to really learn your stuff or to really go further in the career, you need to know what it is to be an instructor and what people are learning as divers. And I think from there you can develop. So once you become a dive master, I think it's a very worthwhile thing to be an instructor. You might not like it very much, but to learn what it is to be an instructor and to learn what it is to do instructing and to teach people and what they learn, I think is very valuable. And then from there, there's many careers you can take from there. Just for example, Matt himself just said he's set up his own travel company. So he's traveling the world. He doesn't need to be teaching diving, but all he's doing is leading divers around the world to different dive sites. And that's one thing you need to do. Obviously, Matt's a very experienced instructor too, but that's something. A lot of other people that we get through Big Blue who aren't keen on becoming instructors do a lot of things like the social media thing is a big thing now. You know, if you're into the media marketing, that's one thing. Another thing as well, I think, Ellen, am I right in thinking you run a hotel? Is that right, in Sri Lanka? 3 hotels.
Wow.
Wow. So yeah. So obviously, a Big Blue, as you know, we don't just have the diving. We have the accommodation as well. We have the diving. We have the restaurant. We have retail as well. So there's lots of different angles that you can come into. For example, what you do. But I still think learning or knowing what it is with regards to diving, it's still a good thing to have the experience of being an instructor so that you have the whole picture. But I think for you, obviously with your background with resort management and hotel management, yeah, being a dive master, you can move on, you could be a resort manager and knowing diving and that kind of thing. And if you ever wanted to set up your own business, then having the experience that you have in resorts as well as diving is also a very valuable piece of knowledge. So yeah, there's lots of things you can do, I think, personally.
If
And
you
maybe
were
someone
going
else
to
has other stuff to
tech diving and stuff, then what would be natural to do first?
Sorry, I missed that.
Thank you for the answer, though. But I'm thinking if you would go further into tech diving, what would be natural to do first?
Andy around? Is Andy there? He was there a minute ago. Lost him. Maybe Tim? Tim, you there?
I'm
Tim,
here, mate.
have you got something to say about tech diving?
Yeah, I mean, with regards to obviously going down that route, as with recreational diving, there is a sort of a set path. Mostly now for people that are getting into tech, side mount has become increasingly popular. When I started many years ago, we did twin tanks on the back, and then I moved into side mount a couple of years after that. But just the versatility of being able to maneuver your tanks around, especially if there's things like caverns, caves, wrecks, and so on. So your first challenge is just to familiarise with the different equipment. You know, essentially your buoyancy and whatnot is the same. Your breathing doesn't really vary, but just getting comfortable with the different configurations, long hoses, obviously different kinds of diving primarily in side mount is almost easier than diving in a standard VC configuration because you're forced forward by the cylinders being in a correct position. But once you're familiar with the changing configuration, then there's multiple steps which you can take sort of through a career path in, as I said, in a very, very similar way as you can with recreational. But Andy, for sure, would be someone to say, have a chat with about that.
So when you open your goddamn borders, side mouth will be the first course I would take.
Yeah,
Hopefully
good
that won't be too long.
Open your borders then.
Yeah,
And
fingers
you could
crossed.
do
So-
intro to tech is generally a good lead into tech diving.
Yeah, and I've just actually been. We had a meeting today at Kotal, and I ended up chatting to Miko, who you may or may not know, but he was one of the cave diving heroes, and just listening to what he's doing these days, and you know he was an instructor. He's opened his own dive shop. He's done all this business, but his tech diving thing has become so big now. And now in Finland, he's going back to Finland in the next few days, and he's going to be part of the hospital there to, oh, what was he saying? He's designing ventilators or something. His knowledge with what he knows, he's designing smaller ventilators for the people with this COVID thing. And who would have thought that, you know, being a tech diver could lead to something like as, you know, heroic as all these nurses and doctors are with this COVID situation right now. So I think diving opens up all sorts of avenues that you can get involved with. And tech diving is definitely something, if it's interesting to you, I totally recommend it. I think it's an awesome thing, awesome avenue to explore and pursue in diving, for sure. Go for it, Ellen.
Thank you.
Jim, you're really good at this. I think you should host the next one.
Well, the only reason I joined this one was because I was expected to see you in Speedos.
Oh, yeah.
Now's the time.
Do-do-do-do.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
yes, yes.
Give us its work. Give us its work.
I don't know how to do that. I'm a 46-year-old white Englishman.
That's it. I can turn
Don't
off
forget the
now.
zip.
What? What happened?
And
Why did everybody log out? We've gone from like 40 people to 31. All right, never mind. Jai, yes, I am
I
drinking.
gotta get,
Any other beers for girls, mate? Jai, why have you turned off your camera? I want to see what you look like. So I was going to say, Anne-Marie Morak, are you still there? Anne, what are you doing?
Hi, Anne.
Where's that?
Wait, I just muted her again. There you go. Anne-Marie Morak, are you busy? Well, she's been working hard the whole time that this has been going on. It looks like she's servicing kit or cooking or, I don't know. Is that you, Anne? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I am cooking. So I'm in Holland at the moment, surprise, surprise. And we have the first beautiful day of the year, so we're going for a barbecue in a little bit.
Fantastic. And are they making you do all the work because you're like just home?
Yeah, I'm at home. I'm job searching and trying to support my friends in Indonesia a bit. So we're doing a fundraiser to give out food, actually. So a little bit similar to what Big Blue is doing for Kotal.
Yeah, I hear Indo's been hit pretty hard, eh? So the long queues for the free food and everything, and well, Labuan Bajo especially been hit quite hard, no?
Yeah, it has been. And last week they had their first COVID cases. So yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. Hopefully it stays by that. But, you know, we all know what's going to happen probably. So yeah, fingers crossed that everybody stays healthy.
Yeah, Madeline Barker told me her most used emoji right now is this one. People ask her a ton of questions. She's like, I don't know. I mean, like, we do our best.
Yeah.
But
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and keep smiling, you know, and take care of each other.
So when did you leave Indo?
I left March 20 or something. I got stuck a bit. So on a Monday, I received a new passport, and then everything got delayed because my visa had to be transferred and stuff like that. I tried to go to New Zealand, got pulled out of the boarding queue actually, because the country closed, and then yeah, went to Holland instead.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're home, and looks nice there. Looks all right.
Yeah, I'm staying with friends, and it's fantastic. You know, I would rather be in Kotal, but hey.
Are you paying rent?
Yeah, I'm, well, not rent, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm paying for food and stuff.
I'm just wondering how a Dutchie would negotiate. I see another familiar face, but she just left. Hada Shimon, I think. How's Israel? Are you good?
You need to unmute her, mate.
Yeah, it's good. Just opened up yesterday.
I definitely unmuted you. I did. Maybe it's just like Kotal Wi-Fi or something. Hada, are you good?
Great.
Okay, well, we'll give you a minute for your Wi-Fi, because I also see Mr. Garside. Mr. Garside.
Hello. Not hear me.
Oh, wait, you back? Hada, you want to try again?
Yeah, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm in Israel. I was actually in Thailand for a month or so. Now I'm back home. And as of yesterday, we can go back to go outside and dive and travel. So that's exciting.
Wow, so you've had a whole day of freedom.
Within Israel.
Sorry, Jim, I couldn't hear you.
You're traveling within Israel. You can travel, or you can go to like across Egypt, or
I'm not sure we can cross the border. But in Israel, we were restricted to go only like 100 meters away from home, and now that's over. So we can finally be free to go wherever in Israel.
And what city are you in?
Pardon?
What city are you in?
Oh, it's a small city. It's called Ra'anana. It's close to Tel Aviv, close to the beach.
Okay, not Elat then.
No, like 4.5 hours away, but I'm definitely going to go there soon. I need to do some tropical diving.
Sure.
Really good to see all of you guys.
Good to see you. I'll never forget your Dive Master Challenge. And I can't believe you came here and you didn't visit.
I was gonna come this March, but then I heard visibility is like 2 meters, so I went to Kaulak instead and saw some manta rays for the first time.
Fair enough, man. No one's gonna argue with that.
You can't argue.
Damn you, Jai. It's Jai. Thanks, Hada. Mr. Garside, how's it going in the UK? You good?
I'm getting there slowly.
So you made like a really good roast chicken and you put it on Facebook and you got slated hard.
Yeah, pretty much. I liked it. No one else did.
Well, no one else in the UK knows how to cook meat if they're not from the north.
No, it's all about the bacon buddies, mate. It's all about the bacon.
So what are you up to? Are you guys locked down? You eased up or what?
We're in a proper lockdown at the minute. I've been locked in my bedroom for the past 7 weeks because of my compromised immune system.
Yeah, you have no,
Spleen. Motorbikes are bad. No, the country's been on lockdown for like the past 5 weeks, 6 weeks. And they just keep extending it, so it's probably going to be another 2 weeks before anything gets done, and then it's going to be like a really gradual thing. So we've got no summer, basically. It's going to be great.
Well, you're looking well, mate, so I'm glad it's going all right. Just need to like cook your meat a little bit less.
I need to go diving. We're not allowed to go diving. Nuts.
How's your love life?
How's what?
How's your love life?
Not doing much at the minute. I've got a date with Pamela Henderson later on tonight, so.
All right, because you left
I can't leave.
You fool. You should have stayed.
I know. I'd probably still be there now if I could be, but.
It's all right. You can always come back.
I was supposed to be back for Songkran for the whole of April, but that got cancelled.
Songkran wasn't that good this year, mate.
Nah, I saw. So next year, I'm definitely.
We got a few. Sorry. Well, we got a few people living in Australia, I see. And who's living there?
Yeah, I was going to ask Joe Longman.
Nat,
Joe Longman, you've changed.
She's lost a lot of hair.
Yes, I don't know. What's going on? Where's Joe? What have you done with Joe?
That's a good question. She's in the other room. Not quite, not yet. She hasn't said yes.
Where heard that?
Shocking.
Where are you?
Up in Cairns. Up in Cairns. We've got Natalie on here as well. She's up in Cairns.
So you both working in diving?
I'm not anymore. I'm back in a bank, but I'm also studying to be a school teacher. Joe's actually studying to be a school teacher as well. Yeah, she's still working part-time. Well, was working part-time in the diving, but no, I'm not anymore, unfortunately.
Couldn't take the pace?
Actually, I had a bit of an accident with my ear, so I can't be a professional. Can't be a professional diver anymore, but I can still recreational dive.
Sorry. What? No. All right. That's terrible. That's.
I had a slight accident with my ear. So I was working. Where was I working? I was doing a government job.
I think he was taking the piss.
I couldn't hear.
Oh, nice to see you. How are you doing?
I got the microphone in me good ear.
With your strong hand. Who's left? They're dropping like flies.
Nat Wetzel, how are you doing?
Oh, okay. You're unmuted now, Nat. How about now? It's not working. Boom hates you. Okay, there.
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah, there you are.
Hey. Hi. How's everybody?
Hi, Nat. Good. You still working in diving?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was working in Cairns at Divers Den, so one of the big paddy schools there. And then, say, 6 weeks ago, they've closed the doors, so yeah. And then yesterday, a lot of the work holiday people have been made redundant now, so they're slowly but surely weeding all our crew out. So it's pretty sad.
I heard there's a big change going on. I heard CDC have closed down as well.
Well, it was still going ahead, like running before, but I'm not sure now.
Yeah, well, I heard through the grapevine that I think the owner died, didn't he? Pete, someone.
Yeah, Peter Boundy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he died like a month or so before the COVID thing hit in, and then COVID hit in, and now I heard fairly reliable sources they've actually had to close the doors now, which is a huge hit for. Well, it's just a big hit for scuba diving, really. CDC is I think it's one of the longest running companies in Australia. Yeah, so yeah, it's going to be interesting in Koh Tao as well to see how many people actually come out of this and see how many dive shops. I think there's 72 dive shops in Koh Tao at the moment. So after all this is over, I wonder how many dive shops will be left. But I think, like in Cairns, I think some of the big ones are going to be hit. Hopefully not us. I think we're okay, but yeah, it's going to be interesting.
What's the forecast for Big Blue at the moment, Jim? Are you guys looking at opening the doors again soon, or is it unknown at the moment?
A record year for profit. It's going to be our best year ever, and we're going to be able to retire on our earnings. Yeah, good.
Yeah, well, this is a crazy time, isn't it? I honestly don't believe that we're really going to have much in the way of business until, the end of 21. I think everyone's going to be told to sort of domestically travel. I know New Zealand and Australia, they're encouraging sort of living in a bubble, and so traveling in between each other, but not really traveling outside of there. I think a lot of the European countries as well are going to be feeling the same thing. The other thing as well, obviously, a lot of these countries, like this meeting that we had in Koh Tao today, who really wants to take people from Spain, Italy, France, or the UK, basically because of the COVID situation and them coming over here and the trouble that they could cause when they get to Thailand, and we can have that second or third wave or whatever it is. So I think it's going to be a really difficult game to play for the next couple of years for sure. But optimistically, I'm hoping that apparently there's a lot of people that's been sitting in Thailand, sitting this out for the last couple of months, realizing that their travels that they were planning on doing, going to Australia, they're not going to do anymore. So they're going to spend that budget here in Thailand. So I'm kind of hoping that we're going to get some of those people. I think there's a lot of expats in Thailand as well, so I'm hoping we're going to get some of those people. But realistically, I can't really see us being busy until Christmas at the very earliest. And that's sad, but I can't really, I think we're all in the same game. I can't massively different. And it's going to be scary. Customers that we get who've come straight from England to Koh Tao, just arriving, yeah, they're going to be, we're going to be treating them with gloves and masks and stuff. So it's going to be, yeah. And who the hell wants to go traveling right now? I mean, we all want to go traveling, but who wants to sit in an airport or sit on a plane and go through all the quarantine issues and the feeling when you get to a different country that, the customs and immigration are going to be so onto you. You're not going to feel welcome when you get there. I think it's going to be really difficult to get the traveling going again. And also flights as well. I know if you booked flights a month ago, you could book a flight to Thailand from Europe for $345, and you buy insurance for $50, and you could change your ticket your ticket dates. But now the flights have gone up to $545. And again, you have to buy insurance, and whether that's going to change in the next couple of months as well, fuck knows. I really don't know. But I think we're playing a very different game. I think none of us are expecting this or know how this is going to work out. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, something comes of it, and we'll all get back to business.
Well, me personally, I think it's just a matter of sitting out and waiting, because ultimately you are going to get to a point where the airlines and the tourist industry as a whole need to make money. So when we do get the release where people can confidently go overseas, then there's going to be an awful lot of bargains to be grabbed and an awful lot of people hitting the tourism industry because they want to get out and enjoy themselves again. So
yeah,
however long it takes, I think at some point we're going to get a mass exodus and you guys are going to get seriously busy again.
I think so.
Well, I hope we all get busy.
Me too. I'm doing fuck all right now.
Yeah.
Drinking whiskey.
Scotty.
Yeah.
Hi, Scotty. Scotty, you look busy right now. How are you doing? Wait.
You go,
Frost.
Now, hey everybody.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
We miss you.
Hope everyone's well. I'm not doing much. I applied for a job at a fruit and veg shop today. That was pretty cool.
You applied for a job at a nut shop?
Fruit and veg.
What, they need a scarecrow or what?
Ah, man, just something to do to keep this mind active. Like Byron Bay, the local town where Jess and Peter's staying now, like where I usually dive, completely relies on tourism. It is so dead, like it's a ghost town. In 36 years, I've never, ever seen it like it before. Hey, it's absolutely ridiculous. They say it's probably the worst tourism town hit in Australia, like besides Cairns, even that. Byron's a bit more of a mecca. So there's just nobody around. Both dive schools in the local town shut down. They shut down after, just as I got back from Thailand. I've taught one rescue course since February. We've been pretty lucky up here. There's no boats like going out, but we're still being able to get out and do some pretty cool, awesome shore dives. We're offering like free tank fills and stuff for like local divers, which I think is pretty good. So they don't have to pay for that, but that's just people that we know.
What, you're giving away air for free?
Yeah, well, I know you wouldn't like that, but you know, that's what we do recreationally, you know.
Oh, free air. It's fantastic.
Free air. It's just to keep everyone active, keep minds, you know, not going insane in this time. It's pretty hard for all. Like you guys, I know we're all in the kind of tourism industry, but the hospitality industry here in Australia was one of the first, like everywhere, to take a massive hit. And it was, yeah, it's terrible. I mean, business can't operate with 25% capacity. So I was like, my question to maybe you guys and to Jim, if you guys do open up, will you go back to full capacity, or will you just be, you know, limiting it to 50%, 25%? Like, because we've got major restrictions.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have to. We were told today that our boats can only be 50% occupied. We have to have minimum spacing of 1 meter between each diver. Everyone has to have their own equipment. If they don't have their own equipment, then they have to have their own mask, and they have to buy a mouthpiece, so that, you know, so that they can obviously keep an eye on the cleanliness of everything. Dump tanks have to be literally 75% Dettol, so everything is extremely hygienic. Obviously at Big Blue as well, we got 3 or 4 boats, and we're not going to be running more than 1 boat. You know, we don't have the customers, so it's going to be very different, mate, and very, very different. Everywhere in the world is going to be extremely different now. So yeah. But we'd love to see you all when it's available. Like, you can always come with us.
Yeah, cool. You know, like we got a pretty good like local clientele base within, you know, 200 kilometers up to Brizzy and down south. So there's a lot of local divers that come just diving. So it's good for just guiding, but teaching wise, there's, you know, we were meant to have a few schools and stuff come through this month and next month. There's none of that. We're not allowed to, which is, you know, kind of the bread and butter in the winter over here for us. There's like 60 or 70 school kids for their curriculum. They're actually allowed to, well, they pay at the start of the year to actually come diving with us. That's all got canned. You know, everyone's kicking up a stink about fees and stuff like this. I mean, I paid my fees.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether the agencies are going to be giving discounts, but I think the agencies are suffering as much as the shops. You know, imagine the overheads involved with SSI and Paddy and Raid, just keeping themselves going is going to be very difficult.
Well, Paddy have got everyone on 50% salary at the moment.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Jim, I hear you guys are doing a lot to help out the locals. You're doing free food and that kind of stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, we're trying to do our bit. It seems to be sort of a rotational thing with regards to the islands. Big Blue staff and our Thais and Burmese and our Farang, trying to look after them as much as we can.
Well, it's awesome. It's
and
awesome
then I think we're on a 21-day rotation. I think we're on a 21-day rotation to supply food to those on Koh Tao that haven't got anyone looking after them. And there's a lot of people I went to that the soup kitchen a little while ago, and I was shocked. Like, there's like 300 or 400 people on Koh Tao with no income, no food. There's kids, lots and lots of kids, and it's pretty much 75% Burmese, and it's surprisingly 10% Farang. There's a lot of Farang in there too. Guess where they're from?
Holland.
British.
British.
So yeah, it's. But I think it's worldwide. I mean, Thailand has a big problem as well. I think there's 1 in 3 people unemployed in Thailand at the moment, which is a huge figure. And then also tens of thousands every day queuing up for free food. I think Indonesia as well has similar issues. I guess Sri Lanka probably has the same. India probably has the same as well. But yeah, at least in England, I think a lot of people are being furloughed, and Australia and New Zealand as well being furloughed. But yeah, these Asian countries are definitely they're struggling a lot more, I think, than the European. Well, the people are struggling more than the European people. But yeah,
it's great.
We're doing what we can, mate.
Yeah, it's great to hear.
Yeah, doing what we can.
Okay,
cool.
So we've done an hour. Should we wrap it up? Are you ready for the theme tune?
Go for it.
As long as Gus isn't singing it.
Sybil, where do you have the stag do?
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much, everyone.
Can't really hear the music very well, mate.
We're going to stand on the bar. Lovely seeing everybody. Take care.
Okay, guys.
Cheers, Simo, for hosting everything. Nice to see you all. Good luck, everybody. I'll speak to you again soon, huh?
Take care.
Oh, Will Garside.
Take care. Stay safe.
Cheers, guys.
Will Garside.
See you later.
Love you, Big Blue. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Brilliant. Nice one.